Look at the AccuWeather forecast. Beautiful snow blanketing so many areas.
I know, we did it, right? It's very exciting. We're not expecting a lot of snow. But still enough to and I predict things for a living. Okay, we got Ellie here snuggled up on this cold Sunday morning. Ellie is prepared for temperatures in the 20s this morning. Very cute. Ladybug, same story. I don't know if Ladybug's quite enjoying this as much on the couch, but very cute from Gina. And finally, Sadie, who is feeling right at home in the snow. I know it was fun to get a little light snowfall yesterday morning. Not seeing that in the 7-day forecast. In fact, today looking really nice, at least for the middle of January. Highs are back in the low 40s for the first time since January 2nd. The breeze that we're feeling this morning weakens, and we get sunnier skies. The best part, we get to do it over again tomorrow, but we are seeing a return of the gusty wind and the colder conditions. I'll let you know when in the full AccuWeather forecast after the break. It's funny.
We're celebrating Mulch Fest.
Yeah, we're all wearing green for
Christmas tree green.
That's what it is.
Do you want to know how you can tell we spend too much time together? We show up wearing the exact same.
That's right. We're the same clothes.
It's true.
Because we live here.
We live.
It is Mulch Fest today. We should remind people that
Yes, last
2
day.
o'clock you can drop off your trees, go to the Parks Department website to find out more. I remember that.
I love it.
But I will say, if you're going to Mulch Fest, bundle up, wear a hat, do all those things, because it is still cold.
It's still cold this morning, especially temperatures 20s and 30s, but I'm really looking forward to our highs getting back in the low 40s today, the first time since not this past Thursday, but the Thursday prior. So it's been a minute. It's been a cold stretch. It's nice to see we moderate a bit today for milder winter weather, at least both today and tomorrow. But this morning it is feeling quite cold, 33 in Central Park under a partly cloudy sky. The 5 boroughs just above the freezing mark. It looks like at freezing on Staten Island and New Dorp, but 33 for Coney Island, 34 for Gravesend and up at the Whitestone. As we look off to our north and west, we are seeing low 20s for Poughkeepsie and White Plains this morning, just 29 in Islip, 28 in Belmar. So it is still a cold start to the morning. Coats still needed, especially with this light lingering breeze. Our wind speeds calm down into this afternoon, so you're not going to notice the wind as much today as we get to enjoy sunny skies. So overall, both today and tomorrow, really nice winter days with sunny skies and seasonable highs landing in the low 40s. But changes are coming. We're going to notice much colder conditions, very blustery wind again by Tuesday behind this system here. So this is tracking east. Today and tomorrow we're in the sweet spot, kind of the calm before that moves through. But behind that front is when our highs fall back down to the freezing mark and the gusty wind picks up. This will also help to kick in another lake effect wind event, snow event, excuse me, for upstate and western New York as we move into Monday. Also want to touch on the fact that this Four Corners high setting up again, which means another Santa Ana wind event developing for Southern California. We have critical fire danger once again for this same area that we've been dealing with the fires today through the middle of the week. So this is another major story that will continue. For us, however, today and tomorrow looking really nice. Today a mostly sunny sky, a few fair weather clouds in the mix, a few more clouds as you head north and west of the city. But our highs are back in the low 40s, which is near the seasonable average, and it is the mildest day that we've seen in over a week. As we head into tonight, a partly cloudy sky, and overnight into tomorrow morning, those clouds break a bit. So it looks like a touch more sunshine ahead for your Monday as our lows start in the 20s and 30s and our highs are capped near 40 once again. But it's tomorrow night that cold front I was just talking about passes through. So that will bring the return of breezy wind by late tomorrow, and then behind it, the much colder conditions setting in again for Tuesday. So enjoy the calmer conditions and the milder temperatures today and tomorrow while we have them. This morning is still quite cold, close to freezing, but this afternoon looks pretty pleasant. A few clouds in the mix, but overall mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies today. Forecast high 41 is technically 2 degrees above average, but again, this is very seasonable and it's the mildest day that we've seen in over a week. So nice out there. Tonight, partly cloudy, temperatures in the low 30s in the city, but we will be in the 20s overnight in the suburbs. So still a cold start to Monday morning. Of course, it is January, but tomorrow afternoon should be fairly pleasant once again with highs back in the low 40s under a mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. It's tomorrow night that we notice that breezy wind picking up, and by Tuesday you're going to notice the drop in temperature. Our highs fall close to freezing again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as our gust speeds pick up 30 to 40 miles per hour, so kicking in that wind chill factor once again. So it is quite cold for the bulk of the work week. We will be milder again by the end of the week, and then our next storm system coming, bringing us a rain chance next Saturday. That was the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back after the break.
Dear winter, we're coming.
Say, Dani.
Exactly right. I could not have said it better myself. Future us is going to be cold, but today, present us, probably cold at times too. Temperatures this morning are chilly, but coming this afternoon, 40s. Finally, our highs are back closer to the seasonable averages. We've been sitting in a very cold stretch lately, and although it is chilly out there this morning, it's a little more comfortable come this afternoon. 33 degrees under a partly cloudy sky in Central Park. We're still seeing a few 20s on the map. 27 in Bridgeport, 28 in Belmar, 23 in Newburgh. Coats on this morning, of course, because it is January. There's a bit of a breeze that's contributing to the cold feel, but the wind will settle down as we head into this afternoon as we get to enjoy a whole lot of sunshine. Partly cloudy this morning, but mostly sunny skies for most of us, both today and tomorrow, as our highs climb into the 40s. We haven't seen highs in the 40s since January 2nd, so it's nice to get a more moderate forecast ahead of us, especially with the calmer wind and the sunny skies. Overall, a really nice winter day ahead. Will we be keeping the coats on? Of course, but that high of 40, 41 is going to feel a lot more tolerable. And tomorrow, it's a similar story. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Temperatures topping out in the low 40s. But tomorrow night, that breezy wind picking back up associated with a cold front that passes through, and that brings us back to the blustery and cold conditions by Tuesday. Our highs fall close to freezing. Our gust speeds 30 to 40. Similar setup to what we dealt with earlier this week. I'll let you know how long the windy and colder conditions stick around this week coming up. Pedro?
Dani, thank you. Today, be prepared to dig a little deeper into your pockets to ride the PATH train. The Port Authority is raising fares, and it's not the only increased cost for commuters. We know congestion pricing and so much more. Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tuckman joins us live in Hoboken this morning with the very latest. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Pedro. You guys were just talking about the future us. Well, for PATH train riders, since 2014, fare hikes were for the future us, but now they are in the present. Starting today, there is a small fare hike for PATH train riders. We're here at the Hoboken station, but this comes on top of other tolls and fares that are going up this week to start at the new year as well. So let's break it down what these current, present tense riders will have to deal with beginning today. Fares for one-way trips on the PATH train will go up 25 cents.
Anyway, now I'm hungry.
They're good.
Yeah.
I like the lemon ones too.
Ooh, I've never had that.
Or like you take the Thin Mints and you put them in the freezer for a little bit.
I just like cookies.
No?
Yeah.
I know, those are so good in the freezer.
They're all good.
They're very
Equal
good.
opportunity.
Anyway, now I'm hungry.
They're good.
Yeah.
I like the lemon ones too.
Ooh, I've never had that.
Or like you take the Thin Mints and you put them in the freezer for a little bit.
I just like cookies.
No?
Yeah.
I know, those are so good in the
They're
freezer.
all good.
They're very
Equal
good.
opportunity
good.
consumer.
Producer's like, I'm hungry.
I'll eat any
Move
of them.
on, please.
But my favorites are obviously the Samoas and Thin Mints.
Don't be ridiculous, of course.
Don't be ridiculous. All right, let's talk about some dogs. How about that? I bet Ace likes Girl Scout cookies. I don't know if Ace is allowed to eat them, but Ace is having fun playing in the snow. Very sweet from Kimberly. I'm glad that someone was taking advantage of the snow. And Quipo as well, I believe that's how you say it, from Leanne, is in the snow gear, ready to go. Very cute. We also have Benjamin, who was enjoying the snow day last week as well, from Allison. Very cute. Yesterday morning, we woke up to a thin coating of snow across the area. Most of that is gone by now, and we're not adding to it today. Sunny skies and seasonable temperatures as our highs make their way back to the low 40s for the first time in 10 days. It's, of course, cold because it's January, but I do think it'll feel a little better out there today and tomorrow before our next round of gusty wind and colder conditions. We'll time it out for you in the full AccuWeather forecast after the break. Consumer.
Producer's like, I'm hungry.
I'll eat any
Move
of them.
on, please.
But my favorites are obviously the Samoas and Thin Mints.
Don't be ridiculous, of course.
Don't be ridiculous. All right, let's talk about some dogs. How about that? I bet Ace likes Girl Scout cookies. I don't know if Ace is allowed to eat them, but Ace is having fun playing in the snow. Very sweet from Kimberly. I'm glad that someone was taking advantage of the snow. And Quipo as well, I believe that's how you say it, from Leanne, is in the snow gear, ready to go. Very cute. We also have Benjamin, who was enjoying the snow day last week as well, from Allison. Very cute. Yesterday morning, we woke up to a thin coating of snow across the area. Most of that is gone by now, and we're not adding to it today. Sunny skies and seasonable temperatures as our highs make their way back to the low 40s for the first time in 10 days. It's, of course, cold because it's January, but I do think it'll feel a little better out there today and tomorrow before our next round of gusty wind and colder conditions. We'll time it out for you in the full AccuWeather forecast after the break.
Just still thinking about Thin Mints. And
I know.
I'm there. I'm with you. Thin mints don't make you thin. Apparently, I thought they did. I was mistaken.
that was always a
Worth
thought. You
it.
eat
It's a
more of
myth.
them and you lose calories. That was
It's
always
worth
a
it.
thought. Yeah.
You know how people are like, oh, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Wrong. Everything
Yeah,
tastes better.
that's not my that's not my credo.
Have you ever had a Girl Scout cookie? That's better than being skinny. Now I need some. Are they for sale actively right now happening?
It's coming up.
Okay, I'm like, I have not seen a Girl Scout yet. I think
Otherwise
it's
known
like
as
February, right?
Do they set up out here in front of the building?
My favorite season.
All right,
They should set up right here in front of the building.
They should.
They'd be done in a minute.
They'd be sold out. Okay, let's go outside. I don't really want to. It's cold, but that's where we're going. 33 right now, and the sun is coming up. Sunrise this morning at 7:19. It looks like we will start with plenty of sunshine out there. Forecast high of 41 today, a lot closer to the seasonal average of 39 than where we've been. Yesterday's high was 36, but we're coming off a very cold week, so it will feel really nice to see more moderate temperatures for today, especially when coupled with sunshine and a calmer wind. But this morning, of course, is still feeling quite cold with temperatures near freezing in North Jersey. Hapatcong at 31, 30 for Hanover, Bridgewater at 31 as well. Haledon and Teaneck both at 32, where Newark sitting at 33. And the Park we're at 33 as well, but looking north of the city, low 20s, 23 in White Plains, 21 in Poughkeepsie. That's feeling awfully frigid this morning, especially when coupled with this light breeze. The wind isn't a major factor in today's forecast, but I noticed the wind as I was walking in this morning. This will settle down heading into this afternoon, but just want to give you a heads up that this morning it is contributing to the cold a little bit. But the satellite and radar completely quiet, which means as the sun rises at 7:19 this morning, we get a whole lot of it. And it's not just today. Tomorrow also looking mostly sunny and seasonable. But by Tuesday, things change as this area of low pressure and corresponding cold front drops through. So you'll notice that breezy wind picking up by late tomorrow night, and that delivers much colder conditions, and we're back to the blustery breeze by Tuesday. But for today and tomorrow, we're in that sweet spot where we get to enjoy the sunny skies, the calm.
Dog Sunday.
Fest, mulch, fest, mulch, fest.
Dog Sunday.
Fest, mulch, fest, mulch, fest.
It's better than the fire festival.
It sure is, because you get party favors of some mulch and not just a piece of bread with cheese like at Fire Festival.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
here's Teddy stayed warm by the fire this morning in her warm by the fire this morning in her warm by the fire this morning in her warm by the fire this morning in his sweater. Very cute from Mel and Lionel. Thank you for sharing. We also have Nikki, who is ready to face these freezing temperatures this morning. It is quite cold, Nikki, but don't worry, sunshine and 40s ahead this afternoon, and hopefully that makes Dublin happy, because Dublin doesn't seem to be enjoying these frigid temperatures quite as much. That's a very cute picture, though. We're starting with sunny skies and temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Lucky us, we stick with the sunshine and calmer wind this afternoon, as our highs should top out in the low 40s for the first time in 10 days. A nice change of pace as we return to more seasonable conditions, well, today and tomorrow. But the average temperatures don't last long. By Tuesday, we're right back to highs closer to the freezing mark. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast for you coming up after the break.
In the morning, every minute counts.
So get your AccuWeather forecast first thing.
So you're prepared first thing.
Very heavy rain moving in.
Mornings, you're never more than 7 minutes away from the AccuWeather forecast.
You always come first.
With Eyewitness News this morning.
Tomorrow on Channel 7.
Tomorrow afternoon, landing in a similar spot means we top out in the low 40s. But by tomorrow night, we're starting to see that front approach the area. That could bring in a few flurries, although I'm not really looking at much moisture associated with this front. What I do think you notice by tomorrow night is that breezy wind picking up again. And by Tuesday, we're noticing the difference as we're back to blustery and much colder, highs capped close to freezing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So knowing our next round of cold air is coming, you got to enjoy the low 40s while we have them. Of course, that is still coat weather, but it will feel a little bit more comfortable, a little more tolerable as you head out today, especially with the sunshine. So temperatures do make their way to the upper 30s, low 40s under a mostly sunny sky. A few clouds in the mix, but not much of a breeze. Tonight's lows in the 20s for most of our suburbs, low 30s in the city. And tomorrow looks about the same when you're just looking at temperature, but a few more clouds will be out there. And then by tomorrow night is when we're starting to feel the breeze, and that delivers highs close to freezing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Again, we're back below the seasonal average, and that coupled with the gusty wind that we expect will feel quite cold. So it's pretty similar to what we felt earlier this past week. It's nice to know that some of the nicest weather that we expect over the next 7 days happening today and tomorrow before that next round of colder air arrives. That was the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back after the break.
Warm, relatively, is how Dani put it yesterday. Good morning. I'm Pedro Rivera.
Relatively.
Relative.
Exactly. I'm Michelle Charlesworth. Meteorologist Dani Beckstrom with more on the AccuWeather forecast. Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Hey, happy Sunday, Michelle and Pedro. Yeah, milder conditions today. Is a high 41 warm? No, unfortunately it's not. But compared to where we've been all week, it really will feel like relief. Out there this morning, it's breezy and temperature just near the freezing mark in the park at 33 degrees. We're looking at 20s north and west, 23 in Newburgh, 21 in Poughkeepsie, 27 for Bridgeport, 29 in Islip this morning. And we do have this wind, which does knock our wind chills down a few degrees this morning. But our breezy wind is relaxing today, and we'll see a lot of sunshine into this afternoon. Quiet conditions both today and tomorrow before a blustery wind makes a comeback by Tuesday. But for today, we're kind of sitting in that sweet spot with seasonable highs and a lot of sunshine. So mostly sunny sky takes us through this afternoon, and I know it feels quite cold this morning, but our highs are back in the low 40s today for the first time since January 2nd. So it's been a minute since we really felt seasonable air. It's been quite cold for the past week or so. It'll feel like relief as you head out, and it's a really nice winter day. And tomorrow it's a similar story. We stick with sunshine, a few clouds in the mix, and highs in the low 40s. But a cold front moves through that'll pick up the breeze late tomorrow night and deliver cold and blustery conditions again by Tuesday. We're talking highs falling back to the freezing mark. Our gust speed somewhere between 30 and 40 miles per hour. So the milder conditions don't last too long. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Michelle?
All right, thank you so much. Starting today's news reporter Lindsay Tuckman live in Hoboken right now with what commuters need to know. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Michelle. It is rather early, so there aren't a lot of commuters here yet, and maybe some of them don't even know that their cost to go into the city this morning is going to cost a little bit more than it normally did. The last time, as you mentioned, that the PATH train fares went up was 2014, and now it comes as other fares are going up and other tolls for New Jersey commuters. So let's break it down.